Hello, America. I'm back. It's Patrick Bush for running for president 2020. Truck driver, working man, and yes, as you can see, my first couple videos I had a green college shirt on. Today, I have a Batman shirt on. Yeah, I'm a superhero fan. I love superheroes and comic books. I've been reading for 30 years now. I'm 36 years old, and I love the movies. I love comic books. I know everything about Marvel and DC, just like a lot of you out there do, right? So, Captain America Civil War opens this weekend. I'm going to go see it Saturday with my wife and my son, so I'm looking forward to that. But to be honest with you, I'm really actually kind of looking forward more to the X-Men movie, so because I love Captain America Civil War, but the X-Men movies have been phenomenal. So anyway. Alright, so this is it. This is my fourth video, and I promised people in this video, I told a lot of people I would be doing this weekend and telling people my holy grail idea. Okay? I told people about this, I haven't put this online or in the videos yet. This is the first time. But I have told several people about this idea, including all my neighbors and friends around here that we've met and this and that, and some people at work, people at truck stops, other truck drivers I've talked to. And most people, 90% of them, love it, think it's great. They're inspired. They have a gleam of hope in their eye. They think it's awesome, and they don't talk bad about it, talk negative about it, say that it's impossible, say that I can't do it in any way. No, they just love it. They just love it. And the people, the other 10%, love it, but still maybe ask questions about how we're going to do it and this and that. So it's like, oh yeah, that's fine, no problem. Now, do I have all the kinks and all the little ins and outs worked out from this plan? No, of course not. But just the idea itself is something that these politicians like Ted Cruz and Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton, they're not going to mention these things. Because like I said, they're old and tired, and they have no imagination, and they would never even think to take on something like this. Well, I would. So, without further ado, my big idea. Free homes. That is my big idea. Free homes. Now, this is a two-part idea, okay? Now, a lot of people out there don't like giving away things for free, you know, like, oh, the Democrats give away everything for free and this and that. They give handouts everywhere. It's like, yes, you're right. And a lot of times it doesn't solve any problems. And the reason that I think that never works is because a lot of times people are coming back and want another handout, and another handout, and another handout, right? So it got me thinking. I thought about this years ago, and I've noticed one thing. Now, you're going to say, okay, a free home, but there's a risk with that, because what if you give somebody a free home, right? And you hand them the keys and the deed to the house, right? And then they take a mortgage on it, right? Because that's one thing that I've noticed over the last several years, talking to a variety of people. People in security, truck driving, food industry, retail, you know, real estate, housekeeping, all different types of walks of life. I've been talking to people. And more often than not, people get to about 60 or 70 years old. Even the guy who trained me at my job, right? He can't retire. He has to wait and keep working. He's almost 70, and he can't retire. It's like 70 years old, and you're still working 50, 60 hours a week, and you can't retire? It's like, see, I don't care what people have done in their life before now, okay? This plan won't care about any of that. But see, here's the thing. If you give someone a free house, right, you always run the risk, don't you? You run the risk of, oh, well, their kid needs college money. And that's what people do. They treat their mortgage, right? And let's say they put $20, $30, $40, $50,000 down on their house if they're that lucky they have that kind of money, right? What more often than not, what happens? Life happens, it gets in the way, and they keep using their house and their mortgage like a savings account. Why do you think the banks are rich? Why do you think that all of us are poor? This is what's happening. Basically, people, they promise you low interest rates and all this stuff and like that, you know, and it's like people get excited, like, oh man, I got a 3.25 rate. I'm like, yeah, you have a mortgage for 30 years and you'll never pay it off and you'll die broke and leave nothing to your children. Good for you, you know. So it's like it's a never-ending battle. You will never win. Some people, you know, they do make it to 30 years and they can burn their mortgage, you know. And they say, yeah, I made it. I paid my house over 30 years, and good for you. And you should be proud of yourself if you could actually do that. But more often than not, most of the people that I'm running across get their houses foreclosed on, have nothing in equity, you know, including some of my own family members. You know, they have nothing, you know. We lost our house in Chicago, you know, because the housing market crashed and our house was basically worthless. And I lost $40,000 or $50,000 equity in my house. So here's the thing. You always run the risk, because if you give someone a free home, are they going to mortgage it, right? And then they're not going to pay the payments, and then they're going to lose it, right? That's where people have a problem with the Democrats giving away free handouts, because you don't follow through. You give someone a check, You give them a free car and you walk away, right? You don't follow through and make sure that you don't have to keep giving them a handout over and over and over and over and over again for 150 years and all their relatives, right? Well, I thought of a way to solve that problem. It's very simple, and I'm shocked and amazed that no one, even someone as supposedly as as brilliant and as a trendsetter, and he's going to save this country as Donald Trump, that people believe, and he's our savior, he's our white knight. Like I don't believe that for a second. But even him, he didn't think of this either. So, and mark my words, if anybody from this point on, right, says that they thought of this, no, this video is proof. None of these liars thought of this. None of these politicians and pathetic people who think they're going to be able to fix this country thought of this. I thought of this. Have you noticed one thing that this country doesn't do anymore? We haven't done it for a very long time. And it's so simple. And it's kind of what this country was founded on, and it's like it's all we've done as Americans. It's all we've done, and we don't do it anymore. You know what it is? We don't build any new cities. Yeah. Do you see anybody plopping down in the middle of Iowa and buying 500,000 acres and say, let's build another New York City? Hey, how about another Los Angeles? Why not another Chicago, right? Nobody decides to do that. Nobody builds a new city anymore, right? You know, some people I told this idea to, when I tell them in detail what I'm doing and what I'm planning and this and that, you know, none of them have asked me, how are you going to pay for it? None of them. They don't care. You know why? Which, I'm not going to raise your taxes, for one. I will find a way to pay for it by hook or crook. Even if I have to pay for it myself and it takes 100 years, it's getting done. So, but nobody asks. You know why? They don't care, because they just love the idea so much. They're like, huh. So here's the thing. Some people have even equated to thought of the Emerald City and the Wizard of Oz. Like, oh my God, something big and majestic that you could put your hope and faith in, and be like, oh my God, that's amazing. You know, it is amazing. That's awesome. Who builds new cities? Nobody. You know, you think Oprah Winfrey and Bill Gates and all these people will come together and say hey, let's throw $100 billion or something like that towards the city, you know, and build a new city for people and give them free housing. They don't do that. Rich people don't care about us. They don't care. If half of us died, would they care? And be like, no, we need more, to replace these ones. You know, that's how they think. So rich people and politicians and celebrities and all these rich people, they're not going to help us. Don't you understand? So Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton, all these people, Ted Cruz, any of them, none of them care about us. None of them are going to help us. So, yeah, I'm going to say it. I'm not talking to the 1% in these videos. 1%, the rich people of this country, I don't care about you. Because you don't care about me. You don't care about my neighbors here. You don't care about my wife or my son. You don't care if any of us live or die. So why should I care about you? So I'm talking to the 99%. You're the ones I need to go to the polls. You're the ones I need to vote for me. You're the ones all of us need to get me into office, so we have one of our own finally calling the shots. Telling it how it is and helping us for once in our lives. For God's sakes, that's what we need. We don't need anybody else that obviously could care less about us running things anymore. These people are the problem. They're the ones who destroyed this country. Everybody's saying it. Nobody does anything about it. Well, guess what? Here's your chance. I stuck my head above the sand. I'm risking my neck, and I'm trying to help everybody. So here's your chance to hire a working man, a regular guy who has his bills and everything like that, right? And to try and help you and save this country. Here's your chance, America. But getting back to my point. A lot of people would talk about Freedom City and say, well, how are you going to pay for this net? We'll pay for it. Don't worry about it. Is it going to happen on a weekend? No. It's a brand new city. Come on, you have to build infrastructure and plumbing and electricity and everything. It's going to take a lot of work, right? It's going to take a lot of money too. Yeah, but honestly, I think a lot of people, so far, I've already talked to people who are willing to donate money towards it and towards that idea, but a lot of people I've talked to, they want to donate their time. Contractors and electricians and people that can actually help us build this city, they just want to be part of it. They don't want to get paid, or if they'll come there on a 2-week vacation and just build and just help and design it and make something wonderful for everybody. So yeah, and honestly, what would I call it? So far, I've been telling everybody I'd call it Freedom City, because that's what it would be. Free homes for everybody that qualifies, right? Now, a lot of people out there are going to be asking questions about who qualifies for a free home. Well, I'm going to talk about that in my next video, because this is too long for I do these videos in 10-minute segments. It's too long to talk about it in 10 minutes. So the next video, video number 5, is going to be me expanding on Freedom City. So I'll see you then.